Like to come back here and to be around this environment, like it's like it happened yesterday.
So this place right here, where we're standing right now, doesn't look like much right now.
No.
But it plays a huge part in your career.
Yes.
But not like people might expect.
Not in a great way.
Tell us about that.
So at the time there was this thing called Scribble Jam, which in a lot of ways was like the Super Bowl of hip hop culture. So they had graffiti battles, they would have b-boy battles, they would have DJ battles, but the culmination of everything was the MC battle. So as a hip hop artist, like to be able to not only just be invited, but to be on the stage, because really just a couple years prior, Eminem had battled there, came in second place, and then a year later was obviously the biggest artist on the planet. So like to know that you shared the stage with Eminem spots, like where he came up and things like that. So like the competitiveness of hip hop, I was always drawn to, and the wordiness, but most importantly, the freestyle aspect. The idea that you on the spot could come up with something that was just a stream of consciousness. It was everything you wanted to say to the best of your ability, and we as MCs at the time really prided ourselves on the ability to do that.
Yeah, so you can deliver a message off the top of your head, unscripted, and it matter, it means something, and it be good art. And
you had to be like, it was a battle, really it was a battle of wits, because you have to outwit what the other person said. You have to be able to take it, rebuttal it, all within, and the way the battles happened then was they were only 30 seconds long, and you got a beat that you had never heard before. You had an opponent that you'd never met. So you were really in the moment, like no question, like there was no other way to do it, is you had to be using all your mental capacities. And so I had just won a competition locally, and I took the footage and I sent it in, and I was like, you know what, just on a whim, I wonder if they'll even give me a chance. And they were like, absolutely, come through, you can be one of our 16.
From across, so these are 16 artists from across the country. Probably thousands of submissions, and you get picked to go.
So to me, this was like, wow, like, I mean, I couldn't believe I was even, and it wasn't even just like, yeah, well, we're gonna tolerate you. It was like, no, your stuff was dope, and we want you to like come through. So I went into it with like really, really high expectations. I went into it with like really passionate dreams and desires. But the one thing I really actually went into it was like, if nothing else, I'm gonna let you know what I stand for in the first line. And so my first, I remember exactly what I said, but I know I definitely referenced the fact that I was either a believer or giving God glory or something like that, and it was immediate boos. Like,
so you came up and you represented Jesus off the top, and the crowd was like, nope.
And I think in that moment, there was so many things happening, I didn't necessarily hear it, but based on like everybody around me, like, oh yeah, they didn't like that at all. Rather than kind of taking it, because I lost first round, like I got booed, I got eliminated, I came out of pocket a lot of money to get here. Like, it's like going all the way to the Olympics and losing in the first, like tripping out the gate. Like not even getting to run the race. I tripped right on my own shoelaces.
Dang.
And you second guess yourself. You look at yourself like, have I let everybody else down? Have I let this genre down? I was supposed to be the representative. I was supposed to catch the ball in the middle on the Super Bowl touchdown, and I didn't. And there began to be kind of this backlash. And rather than me sort of taking it in stride and realizing like sometimes you just literally got to take an L and learn from it, I kind of went online and I wrote a blog about it, and I was a little sour grapes about it. Not every loss has to be taken as a loss. A loss can be a win. It's all what you do with it. To go and to fail, for me, is better than to never try at all.
So you had to have been like down in the dumps a bit.
Absolutely.
Like,
I can still remember just that crushing feeling of despair, the crushing feeling of disappointment. You know, you feel like you were played a bad hand, but at the same token, it's like, dude, man up, man. Like, pick yourself up, move on. Yeah, there's bigger things in the world.
So how do you deal with that? What'd you do with that?
First, I got depressed.
Yeah.
Then I internalized it, blamed myself. Then I overanalyzed it. Then I blamed everybody else. And then I finally went to God with all of these things. And I said, God, this is how I'm feeling. How do I get through this? And it was little by little. It was talking it over with people. It was what I felt was God's Spirit just kind of reassuring me that that even in your wins and your losses, He's there throughout all of it. Like, He's the constant thing. Even though your life can go here, your life is a roller coaster, He's the constant thing that pulls you through that roller coaster.
So this was obviously a big moment
Yeah.
in your career.
Yeah.
But your career continues.
Yeah.
What was next?
So I just continue to keep the main thing. Continue to tour, continue to release albums. One thing that was really significant was years later, we set the Guinness World Record for the longest team freestyle. We still hold that title. I had 6 Dove Awards, close to 1 million albums sold, cumulative over my career, toured the world. Those things are cool. I don't know if those are like the things that gas me up anymore. Honestly, for me, it's the stories. Someone that comes to me, oh, when I was 13, I heard you, and now I'm 25 or I'm 35 or something like that. Your music spoke to me when I needed to hear it.
So after touring the world, after selling tons and tons of records, tons and tons of accolades and things that people would look at and go, wow, that's really impressive. You're telling me the thing that you are most proud of are the stories
Absolutely.
of life change.
Absolutely. What something has done in somebody's life, that is what changes the literal course of it.
Yeah.
I love my life. I love what I do. I love the work that I get to do, and I love the God that I serve. Like, it's a great thing.